Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're all doing well. My name is Khatra, for those of you who doesn't know me. And today I wanted to discuss another topic about motivation and bring you a perspective that can help you to be motivated. Because a lot of the time we think and we are in need of motivation to be able to perform the way we expect to perform on a daily basis. So a lot of us know motivation, but I would like you to ask yourself, what is motivation for you? So words are very interesting, languages are very interesting. We think something has a meaning, or that meaning is kind of referenced back to a specific way of how we understand that specific word. But it's different for everybody. Motivation means a different thing for me. It means something different for you. And of course, motivation is a huge topic in psychology, and people study what motivation is. And I think that's a little bit different and yet very connected. To be motivated, it's important for you to understand what is motivation and what does it mean to you. Motivation to me means inspiration. You might have heard intrinsic motivation, like internal motivation from you. That inspiration often comes from me. I create that inspiration, or I create that inspiration through observation that I have around me, or how I get inspired by people or by talks, by nature, by different things that allows me to be motivated in order to be able to do something and get some work done. And I want you to ask yourself that, because the second you try to understand what motivation is for you and able to trace it back to however or whatever kind of references that comes to your mind, and you're able to track that, then based on that you can find your core beliefs. The core belief basically is trying to reveal to you how you are building almost an identity based on that core belief. And once you are able to understand it and bring your own self-awareness, it helps you to understand something about you, so it increases the level of your own self-awareness. So the cool thing about this is that once you understand what the core belief is, you're able to change it. And the first thing that really helps to change something, change a belief, change a habit, everything, first of all, it starts with self-awareness. The second you're aware of it, it slowly loses its grip a little bit, and then you're able to take control over it and shape it and take it to any direction basically you want to take it. So why did I want to talk about motivation in this video? As all of you, I hope all of you knows that my true intention is for you to develop a deep sense of awareness and really live the best life for yourself. So I really have the best interest of all of you in my heart. And that's why I wanted to share this openly, that a lot of the time we associate motivation with something external to us. It's like we wait for somebody, for something, for some talk, for some videos to spark that motivation in us so we can just run and race and get on that performance level that we want to perform. And that makes us so dependent on the outside, on the external, to the degree that we limit ourselves and limit the desire to want to know ourselves, to want to know the being that you live in this body. I want you to understand motivation from that lens and that perspective. And not only that it can help you to change your own core belief, but it really helps you to, within yourself. A lot of the time, because we are so addicted to the external motivation outside of us, which is limiting almost the level of almost intensity that you know yourself within you. And it's so ironic to me that we know so much about the world and outside of us, and we know less about ourselves. And my question is why? Why is that? Why is it that we rely on people to tell us who we are? And I know that a lot of the time we are conditioned in that way. But my whole point about this motivation and bringing this talk is that, you have control over your life. The fact that you are watching this video, it means that you chose to watch this video and you thought there might be something in this that could help you. So I'm not here to give you that motivational talk that's outside there. I'm here to tell you, you are the motivation. You're all about motivation, It just rather the perspective that you hold on. And the question is, which perspective is that? So I had a very interesting talk with my teacher assistant the other day, And I'm truly really grateful because she brought this concept that usually I try to follow it, but she really beautifully said it in a different way. So I often try to really develop this mentality and concept that every experience that comes in my reality in this world, in every encounter and interactions that I have on a daily basis, whether with me, with people, with hardship, with experiences, with even stress, with anything, then I use that as an opportunity. And I'm actually grateful for those opportunities because it allows me to get to know how I get to react with every experiences. So it's like, how do I react? How do I respond? Like I prepare, almost like I observe myself, and based on that, that gives me a piece of knowledge about me. For example, if I saw somebody having a talk or conversation and I hear them out and all of a sudden like I get excited, it's like I notice that excitement. I'm like, why did I get excited? And then probably there was something about the talk or the way the people or something that I noticed about myself. It's like, cool, awesome. One thing I learned. Same thing about suffering and loneliness and sadness. I'm like normal. Like everybody's normal like you guys. People who pretend that they have not sadness or suffering in their life, I don't think that's really real, to be honest. We can never be full of happiness. Life is that duality of those experiences, sadness, happy one moment, then you can never be absolutely happy, and you can never be like forever sad, unless if you really choose to, which is a different topic. But it's just the duality of those experiences. If you choose to see both this duality of experiences as something very beautiful and something nurturing and as something that it's there to teach you, that mindset itself, it kind of like uplifts you. And then therefore it doesn't make you to be the victim of every circumstances in every interaction or experiences or everything that's happening in your reality. You become the person who has control over it because you choose to see from whichever perspective and narrative you want to see it, and you choose the direction and your response and your reaction to that specifically. Even if it's not perfect, then you get to see, it's like, why did I don't do this? And then that sense of reflection honing you brings you close to the perfectionism. By perfectionism doesn't mean like everything is like equal, perfect. The perfectionism is that sense of curiosity that drives you to get to know yourself. And I think the whole life and the whole meaning of life is all about that. In my opinion, I'm actually really curious to know myself, like who am I in this body that I live? And everything that's outside of me is actually kind of, think of it as a school, or Earth School, you might have heard of it. Earth School that's preparing me, that's teaching me about me. And that is exciting. And life is exciting in that way. And from that perspective, you are a teacher and a student simultaneously. And that itself helps you to be so motivated about life. And that helps you to be in control of your life. And I'm really sorry because I feel like I have lived that, childhood and experiences where a sense of self was kind of taken away by the condition and expectations of others and the way they thought I should be, and kind of like molding me like a sculpture. But slowly, the more I get to heal, go through the journey of the past, to be able to find my light and my heart, and kind of like express gratitude for every lesson that all the hardship, all the experiences, all the suffering that have taught me. Although I'm not dismissing the fact that some of those experiences are really hard at that moment, it just feels like it takes you away, you cannot get out of it. And the thing is, if we don't experience the depth of those emotions to that degree, then it just, to some degree, it feels like superficial, you know? That's the whole point of it, that we are so sometimes like get drowned in it to really experience the richness of every experience, either that is sadness or joy or grief or suffering or any kind of things. Stress. A lot of you are probably relating to the stress because of we students, and the world is going to a really weird place. Life is stressful, but at the same time, it's beautiful on the other perspective of duality. So I want you to develop this vision or visual or method and mindset, I guess, that every time you're having a sadness, think what's on the other side of this scale. On the other side of the scale is a student where this experience serves as a teacher and teaching you a lesson. And then you can ask yourself, what is it trying to teach me? How can I reflect about this? How can it help me to build my life, to be more in control of your life? From this, I want you to know that you have a full control of your life. Whatever decision you make on a daily basis, it's going to be your life. If you choose to do something or not, at the end of the day, it's going to be your life. If you choose to work on yourself on a daily basis and basically adopt this mindset to use every opportunity for your own advantage and learn something from it and let yourself to be a master of knowing yourself simply by using those opportunities outside of you, then you get to build not only the person you are, but the life that you have. And one thing that I actually understood it really well, and I have been reflecting on that for so long, that really helped me to be inspired, which is being motivated, and really allows me to remove the resistance to action or to doing the things that I want, especially in the times that I don't want to do them, is that at the end of the day, either I choose to do something or not do it, I'm gonna be living that life. If I choose to act on my dream every single day, if I choose to push myself a little bit out of my comfort zone, either that is mentally, physically, that means I will live the consequences of that. If you choose to do what inspires you and the calling that you have had, for example, in your heart, at the end of the day, you're going to be the one who is going to feel that gratification and the satisfaction for your own effort. As a result, you're going to get your own increasing your self-trust, which that self-trust becomes a compass for you and driving you and motivating and guiding you everywhere you go, you know? I've learned that if I choose to not work on my dreams and don't take these actions because it feels more comfortable for me to watch videos all day on YouTube than really getting my shit together and go to the gym and going to work on the tasks that I need to be doing and creating disciplines in my life, then means I'm going to live the miserable life because I'm going to see everybody around me building that life, building that fancy stuff, separate from the materialistic stuff. But again, that materialistic stuff, it just shows something about it. Getting the house that we want, living the life that we want, having, I don't know, luxuries and seeing your own potential in that, because those are as a result of your work ethic, your levels of honesty within yourself. At the end of the day, if you live a miserable life to some degrees, maybe you are to blame, because you gotta push beyond the boundaries, beyond the limitation that you have created as a core belief inside yourself. Nobody's gonna come and save you, and nobody gives a shit, actually. Yeah, people in our life loves us, but they're not going to be living the life that we are going to live, our choices. If you live a miserable life, they're gonna be 1 day, 2 days there to support you, and that's it, you're on your own, right? And that's the reality of it. So either you choose to build a life that not only builds you, and then slowly you get to build and uplift other people around you with you, which is exactly what I do, or be the victim of life, be the victim of the circumstances, be the victim of the opportunity that in the first place it was supposed to teach you and be a teacher and help you to be the master of your own life and your own identity and your own journey, to say. Again, motivation comes from you. You are motivation. You don't need external motivation. I suggest that you tap into your own heart, set that intention that you're connecting to your own heart, and journal about it. What is it that drives you? Forget about the world. For a second, just imagine that you are just you in this entire world, Earth. You are just you living here alone by yourself. If nobody's around you, if nobody's watching you, what is it that drives you, motivates you? And find that and let that to drive you, let that to guide you, and let that to help you to make better choices, especially in the hard times. All right, I love you all so much. I really hope this helps you. And if you like this video, please do like and leave in the comment about what do you think, what do you agree with, what you disagree with, and if you have any questions or if you have any other thoughts and opinions about this, I really am interested to know, because it's important for me to build a community where you truly feel part of it. I know this is called my YouTube channel, but the whole idea is for me to build a community where you feel seen and you're celebrated with the imperfection of your perfect being to say. Okay, so it's important for you to comment. I value those comments and those thoughts and even disagreement. I welcome them all the time. So please do leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't. And I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.